The Lexus ES has been around for over 30 years. It helped launch the brand alongside the flagship, the LS. But for 2023, we're getting some nice enhancements for the vehicle, but we'll also take a look past 2023 to see what's happening to the ES, especially with the Crown coming to the market, as well as the ES production leaving the United States. Let's get into it. All right, starting with the goods here. We're over at the European newsroom. So the European newsroom leaking this, almost like leaking it, because the United States newsroom for Lexus doesn't have this new press release. Does that mean we're not going to get these enhancements? That would be a complete failure on Lexus's part if the vehicle in Europe and Japan gets these enhancements and then the American one doesn't. It's almost guaranteed that all these enhancements for the 2023 are coming to the North American made ES that is made in Kentucky. All right, so enhancements made to the 2023 model year. The biggest one is going to be the new multimedia system. It's the new Lexus Interface with cloud-based navigation with Google Points of Interest. You also have the Google Assistant, Lexus Assistant. You can call her Lexus. I feel like Lexus is a nice feminine luxury name, right? So you can chat with her in the vehicle. They have a new F-Sport design model grade introduced, but keep in mind that is probably exclusive for the European markets, but we'll talk about it anyways because it's fun. Now in 2022, the ES got a refresh. Make sure to watch my F-Sport review because it did have some upgraded suspension bits and it just has been retuned to make it a better driving vehicle. For 2023, what is beautiful here is we're getting the new updated Lexus and Toyota infotainment in here. So you're gonna have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So let's take a look at some of the interior changes here because there actually are some. Not just the screen. So the screen has been revised even though we got the touchscreen last year and they kept the clock. That's something we didn't see on the new UX refresh with this new system. So they kept the clock, thank God. And they also, guys, check this out. This is maybe the first time I've seen the tuning knob stay with the new Lexus interface and the new Toyota interface. I don't know. Maybe the Tundra and Sequoia might have a tuning knob as well. But this is the first Lexus that I'm aware of that still keeps the tuning knob with this new system. I don't remember the LX having it, but I'll put it in if it does. Anyways, we still have the volume tuning knob combination. I don't know why this isn't an industry standard at this point. Definitely reduces the amount of space taken by the volume and tune buttons. This is all the same for the climate control. These were all there in the previous one, but what's different is touchpad is gone. So they've included an additional cup holder here. I'm trying to remember the old cup holders. I think one was tucked away up front somewhere and you had like a cover for it. So yes, some nice welcome updates. It keeps the clock, it keeps the tuning knob. This is how it's done, Lexus. Nice job. And there used to be 2 USB-A ports. Now there's 1 USB-A and then 1 USB-C for fast charging. Now the rich cream color is being replaced by ammonite sand. So I'm guessing that's what this color is right here. Just my take. So it looks like a nice deep brown color. They're also getting an F-Sport design, or in America, it's typically called F-Sport appearance. It's getting the 19-inch wheels with a choice of 10 exterior and 4 interior colors and an F-Sport design badge on each front fender. So my guess there is that it might not even be getting the F-Sport interior. So the F-Sport badges on the interior might not get the F-Sport seats or the F-Sport steering wheel, F-Sport pedals. It looks like it's just on the exterior potentially because I just don't see 4 interior colors coming to an F-Sport. Usually it's like 2 or 3 F-Sport colors. You'll have like a white, a black, and a red. So I'm thinking that this F-Sport design is exterior only and definitely not the suspension upgrades that we see on the dynamic handling package of the vehicle. So production starts in August with deliveries in October. And the ES hybrid there will be introduced to Azerbaijan, Georgia, Moldova, and Ukraine. So let's talk about the future of the Lexus ES. It's good to have updates. It feels like Lexus has broken out of its old shell and they're able to update their cars a lot quicker without major refreshes. So that's a beautiful thing. When I was selling for Lexus, it was a slow grind. You're waiting for the next refresh or redesign to get any updates on the vehicle. But I guess like starting in 2020, that started to change at a very rapid pace, which is beautiful. All right, so let's go to this image here. This was given to us last December from Akio Toyoda himself and Koji Sato, president of Lexus. So what we have is not only their battery electric lineup, that'll be here by 2030. We also have new vehicles to supplement those battery electric vehicles in the lineup before 2030. You got to keep in mind 2030, they will be fully battery electric here in the United States. So we're expecting a new redesign on the ES probably for the 2024, 2025 model year. 2025 model year because it came out as a 2019. So we're talking 2025. What's interesting is that Lexus and Toyota announced not only is the Avalon being killed here in North America in the Kentucky plant, its brother vehicle, the Lexus ES, is being killed as well. And production will go back to Japan by the end of 2023 for the new ES. So that means probably production early 2024 as a 2025 model. So that lines up really, really well. So all your ESs for the 2025 model redesign will be built in Japan like they used to be, like the good old days. So this is the only image we have of potentially the next generation ES. We have much more aggressive front bumper, and this front bumper aligns a lot more with a hybrid or electrified powertrain option. So you have much smaller grille area, and the spindle grille itself is pretty much gone. It's become the spindle body, taking suit after what we see on the RZ, the new RX to a degree. And I could talk at length about all these vehicles, but I'm not. I gotta focus on the ES. We have the TX coming as well, which will be probably available by the end of 2023 if we don't get more disruptions in the market. Okay, so back to this ES. In terms of powertrains, I think it's best if we look at what's coming for the Crown. Because the Crown, of course, built in Japan as well. The new ES is going to be built in Japan. So what does the new Crown have? It's safe to say the V6 is gone, not only on the new ES, but probably the Camry as well. So turbo here, probably the standard engine choice, down on horsepower, up on torque, revised 8-speed transmission. But hybridization is where it gets pretty exciting for the ES, because just like the new Crown coming out, we're supposed to be getting electrified all-wheel drive. So this would be an ES 350h all-wheel drive, around 240 horsepower. We'll just say that because the NX hybrid 350h has 239 horsepower, and the upcoming RX 350h has 246. So this will have a motor in the back to give it all-wheel drive, and this is probably going to get us, especially with that aerodynamic design, 50 miles per gallon. I don't think is out of the question, which is pretty exciting. Could we see a plug-in hybrid? I think that's what a lot of us would want. We know plug-in hybrids not only give us more power, but it gives us the best of both worlds. You get fully electric driving experience for up to 30-40 miles of range. Maybe even more in a potential ES hybrid, but you also get no range anxiety, and you get a lot of range and overall good experience, as you know, with the NX 450h Plus and the RAV4 Prime and the upcoming RX 450h Plus, even though it hasn't been officially announced for America. We don't know when that version is coming for the RX. So what is pretty much a lock for the new ES moving forward is the 500h. So this would be another F-Sport performance model, and this would not only share with the Crown but also the new RX. So they put a really big electric motor on the back, and if you remember, gosh, let's do this real quick. Lexus already showed this with this ES prototype going around the track at Shimoyama, their test center in Japan. And this vehicle had immense amounts of electrification, and they had an e-axle on the back to give it a lot of electric drive. So we know what this powertrain is now. It's the 500h. It should be coming to the ES with a bipolar nickel metal hydride battery, 367 horsepower or so. So if it makes the RX go 0 to 60 in 5.9, I think in an ES, which is a little bit lighter, probably like 5.5 seconds. And gone will be the 250 all-wheel drive, which is just a complete afterthought for the ES. They just needed to give it all-wheel drive to have an all-wheel drive vehicle or ES option on the market, because they were totally giving up sales to the competition. But it's so underpowered, fuel economy is neither here nor there on it. So I've actually never driven the ES 250h, I don't believe, but it's not a Lexus powertrain in my opinion. It's not good enough. I don't think we'll be getting any plug-in hybrids of the ES until probably solid-state batteries are available. So it is what it is. So ES comes out in early 2024, the new one. It's a 2025 model, and that will last until 2030 until it's fully electric. Looking at the ES sales, we do see spikes that correlate with updates for the vehicle. So in 2007, what was that? The fifth generation, fourth generation, for maybe fourth. Gosh, there's so many generations of ES. But anyways, we had a new generation 2007 to 2011, or sorry, 2012. 2012, we got the 2013 model year, which brought in the spindle grille for the first time. And then sales started to drop off. 2019, we got that redesign, so we saw sales. But here's the thing. The sedan has essentially died at this point. Even though Lexus is selling a good amount of them, it'll never resurge again. It'll always be a smaller volume compared to its crossovers at this point. So about 50,000 is probably about as good as they can do on the ES here stateside going forward per year, that is. In 2021, we got a slight bump in volume, right? Because the 2022 model year was a refresh. So more interest, Lexus will pump out more volume because they know the interest is there. And with new updates to the vehicle, they also don't have to incentivize it nearly as much, which no one's incentivizing their vehicles nowadays because of the lack of supply from the suppliers. So anyways, but I wanted to end with just this news piece here. I'm not going to go into it other than sharing it with you. Toyota EVs and plug-in hybrids, full $7,500 tax credit will likely phase out October 1st. And then the EV tax credit will drop to $3,750 until April 1st. 2023, and they'll drop to $1,875 until it goes away entirely by October 1st, 2023. That is assuming that the government doesn't make any changes, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do, especially with the current administration really want to push EVs. So, but as of now, the tax credit will start phasing out beginning October 1st and be completely phased out by October 1st, 2023. But I'm going to end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. A lot of ES talk. I love the ES. It's a part of the soul and identity of Lexus, even though it's their sales numbers and their identity nowadays is dominated by crossovers. The ES is still and will be going forward, I think, a very important vehicle for the brand globally. But I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Things are melting down as per usual outside the door by the end of my video. So I'll get you guys in the next one. Peace out.